I want to talk for a moment about poverty. Many people don't often think about it, but poverty is a result of brokenness. And if we're honest, we're all broken in some way. In the last session, we talked about Bobby and Phyllis, and I want to introduce you to Brian, who has really an amazing story of helping out of brokenness. In fact, sometimes we think, well, I'm not prepared to help because I don't have it all together. I'm not good enough yet to make a difference in someone else's life. But the truth is that God's power is made perfect in weakness. If you feel like you're weak, guess what? You're the perfect candidate for God to use to make a difference in someone else's life. Why? Because we are all broken in some way.
I came into marriage with a very distorted view. And we began to have a lot of problems.
When we got married, we had an issue of infidelity in that he had a child.
He got my wife pregnant, and we had a baby girl.
So he actually became the father to my child that I had with her. 20-something years later, he ends up coming to Oklahoma, where I live.
I was very, very depressed. You know, my daughter moved out and got married, and I wasn't invited because I was, messed up. And I attempted to kill myself. I attempted suicide, and I should have died, but I didn't. God woke me up sober. 10 minutes later, Bobby Byers knocked on the door.
And I said, Brian, will you go to church with me? That's the only thing I said. I said, will you go to church with me? And Brian looked at me and said, yes.
And I went in there and I got on my knees and I prayed to God. I surrendered everything to him that day because I had nothing else. And God took it away.
And I began to see some of the same brokenness in Brian that I had in myself.
All people, I didn't think it was going to be Bobby because our past.
Because of my life. So my brokenness identified with his brokenness. So it's just energized me to just go forth with who I am. And not being ashamed of my past. And knowing that I have been redeemed and I have been reconciled. And that same reconciliation is free for everyone.
Brian's changed a lot, but in that change, he's also changed us.
They believed in me. They did. They believed in me, and they gave me hope. They showed me I have a gift. I try to use it all the time now. I've been blessed that God healed me and showed me the way. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help someone else.